is our live for the day. Tam and I have just got back from walking Maya, which maybe you can see. Let me show you my Maya. There she is, looking like a little cutie. She's just having a little rest. Hello, Charlotte, because she's just gone for a lovely walk and a little swim in the sea. Everything in Ibiza is shutting right now, so it's very strange. We just went out to go for a walk and go for a coffee and go for a breakfast and everything was closed. So I just thought I'm going to do the live now, and Tam and I, if you guys don't know, Tamsin is my assistant and she is staying with me at the moment, so we're going to go to Passion Cafe in town and get some work done. So I just thought I'm going to do the live now, so the live is done and we're going to enjoy it together. Hello Shay, hello Sink and Flow, Joaquin, hello. And I've come on to speak about a very specific topic. Something that's actually, that's been really powerful for me this year. Hello, beautiful humans. And this was that until this year, I'm trying to give you guys dates because I want to be as accurate as possible. And I'm trying to get comfy in like my yoga clothes. See guys, I told you I've become a movement person, so I'm changing my self-image to be a movement person, hence dressed in movement clothes. But this summer, in August, I think it was the start of August, I've shared this with you guys, as I had the second house payment to pay off the house, I decided to join a mastermind. And this might have seemed really like contrary to what was a sensible thing to do, right? I had a house repayment, it was a big repayment, like why on earth would I be signing up to another financial commitment? In total, the mastermind is 35,000. And I talk about like when we want to have big results in business, we need to learn how to make big, brave moves, right? The thing is that I always say this, because a lot of people ask me, how did you make the amount of money that you make in 2 years? How did you get to the level that you've got in 2 years? And I've always said to people, like, I am willing to do things that other people wouldn't do. Do I have lipstick on my face? I'm not sure. I'm always willing to do things that other people wouldn't do. And that includes big, brave moves that don't make sense, right? So for me, it's like if I get a feeling, and when I had this call with the guy that was running the mastermind, his name's Alok, I thought to myself, oh, well, this is it. This is what I need. This is everything, right? And so obviously there was fear because logically it didn't make sense, like I've mentioned a trillion times. Logically, I was paying off the house. Logically, I still had team costs. Logically, there was so many payments coming out, but I just knew that it was the right thing for me and I trusted. And guys, I want you also to know, because I know we're seeing a lot of masterminds being sold on Instagram and a lot of people are kind of talking about the word mastermind. I have never ever joined a mastermind, and this is completely transparent. I've always had coaches, I've always been in coaching containers, but I never ever had a mastermind until this August. And it was because I'd not really found a mastermind that truly spoke to me. I never found a course at that level, at that caliber, that really spoke to me. And I actually just wanted to share the differences between a mastermind and a course today, and I wanted to share also how the mastermind has impacted me. So the idea of a mastermind is you get a group of big thinkers together, right? The mastermind, well, you have different levels of mastermind. You have a mastermind for people that are beginning business. You have a mastermind for people that are like a few years into business. You've got a mastermind for people that are a certain income level. You've got a mastermind for a certain type of like, yes, okay, I'm going to respond to that in a second. You've got a mastermind for like people that are, very elite in business. And so the idea of a mastermind is bringing, okay, this is what the term was coined from, bringing many big minds together, right, to compound the effect of all of those minds together and catapult people's growth. The idea when we're picking a mastermind, we want to be choosing a mastermind where there are people that are doing slightly bigger things than us, right? So what I want to speak to you is a concept that lots of us unconsciously do. So many of us, and just tap into whether this is you, you've got a pattern of always wanting to be the biggest person in the room, right? The biggest fish in the small lake, or whatever the fucking saying is, right? I always make up sayings, they're always half right, but you know what I mean. So a lot of us have the pattern of like, I only feel comfortable right? When I'm in a social setting, or I'm in an environment where I'm the one that's doing the most work, or I'm the one that's making the most money. And I see so many business entrepreneurs that do that. They're always the big fish, and that makes them feel comfortable. And the second they walk into a room, maybe with elite CEOs that are making billions or billionaires, well, they freeze up and they go really small, and they're like, oh my God, I shouldn't be here. I'm not a match to this place, blah, 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 blah. That person is someone that has never stepped out of their comfort zone to be with bigger players, which is actually limiting their growth, because it looks like, right, you're doing better than you are in comparison to your environment. Stepping into a mastermind is really the opposite effect. It's like I'm putting myself in on purpose into a room where there are people that are playing a really big game, right? And instead of making myself smaller, right, what I'm learning is I'm learning to stretch up to that level. So I have a mantra that I always say, like I'm always the best, I'm always getting the best results in any group, right? And so that means if I join bigger masterminds with people with higher income brackets, that means that my automatic is like, how can I raise the bar to that? So the real essence of a mastermind is getting you to raise the bar, right? Raise the bar on how much you earn, raise the bar on your self-image, raise the bar on how you do business, right? So it's less about like a group training program, right? Where you're going to be educated and you're going to learn the things. That's a group program, okay? That's a group program. I go to learn the things, I let myself be educated, there's a teacher, I receive the wisdom. A mastermind is more like we are all at this level, we are all raising the bar. And so the mastermind can be really interesting because suddenly you're in a group with people and you're seeing the celebrations on the Facebook page. And you're seeing people that maybe are celebrating like the finances that you dream of, that you've never like imagined getting. But the whole thing is that you're in that vortex of energy. So actually just being in that space is going to stretch you to that level. So that's part of what I love of being in the mastermind. I love that I'm now in a mastermind and there are people that make more money than me. And it's brilliant and it's excellent. It's amazing because I'm like, well, let's do this, right? Like I am in a group with you. I'm in a mastermind with you. I'm going to play at your level. So that's firstly what I love about masterminds. Now, masterminds traditionally, Bob Proctor does a piece on masterminds. I don't know who coined the name mastermind, but sometimes you see masterminds, or traditionally, masterminds are where people do high-level networking. Masterminds are places where you get like elite visionaries, entrepreneurs together in one space. And usually the way that it works is there's like a weekly call or a bi-weekly call, and it really is just like a place to get your heads together. Now personally, and I always talk about this, and this is actually why I joined the mastermind that I joined with a lock, I love people and I love to be the person that sets the standard higher on the typical program. So it's really normal in the industry to pay 20K, 50K, 100K to just have a ticket to the room. That's really what a mastermind is. To network, a lot of people join masterminds as a strategic thing, to sign clients, to pool each other's networks, right? That's a really big thing in high-level masterminds. Like, this is the network that I work in, and then you can, share connections and contacts. So it's high-level networking, right? Now, the mastermind that I'm in, for me, the reason that I said yes to it and the reason that 35,000 was an absolute no-brainer decision for me was because they give so much more. So in the mastermind that I'm in, there is timeline therapy, and there is an educational element, and there is support with like high-level questions like, what do you do with taxes when you earn this amount? What do you do with team, right? So this kind of thing, conversations around team, this is not taught in group programs. How do you handle a situation when a team member does this? How do you handle contracts? How do you handle copywriting? What is the legal aspect? These are all big, big questions, right? That don't tend to be conversations in rooms of group courses. Actually, they're not. It's not a match. So it's really about a high-level conversation that is really, really important. That's what you're paying for. Right? Now, in the mastermind that I've got, and I know I'm getting lots of inquiries around this is for the elite performers that want to make the next year the best of their life, that are really, really, they're action takers. You have to be in a place in your business where this is not a hobby, where you're like, this is the fucking thing that I want to do and I'm all in. Like, if not, it doesn't make sense for you to be in a mastermind. It's a waste of your money, actually, right? But in the mastermind that I've created, right, it's all about actually giving above the industry standard. So that's why the people in our mastermind get access to the School of IH, get access to the certification program, right? And multidimensional business, right, which we're selling in November by itself, is an example of the content that my mastermind humans get. So it's far more practical business advice. The mastermind is just for business owners. It's not for anyone else. It's only for business owners. So what you're seeing in multidimensional business, right? That's the kind of stuff that my mastermind humans are going to get every single month for the rest of the year. So I just want you to imagine the impact of having the level of teaching that you're going to get in multidimensional business, right? You get 2 bonus sessions a month as part of the mastermind. You get question and answer sessions where you literally bring me your strategy and we go through it and we workshop your business strategy twice a month. You have actual business training. You've got multidimensional business for life, and this is like a normal monthly thing for you. Plus, you're in an environment, right, where you're no longer the big fish in the small lake and everyone's like, yeah, you did one Instagram post. Like, no, you're actually with people who are all in, who are serious about business. So I just want you to imagine the effect of that on your life, compounded month after month after month after month after month for 12 months. There is no way that you finish that year the same person as you started, right? Is it a coincidence that I joined a mastermind in August? I've been applying all the things and I had my first 6-figure cash month last month. No, it's not, because I took a big, bold move. I can guarantee you, and I know this, hand on my heart, right? I would not have done a 6-figure cash month without that investment. I absolutely know it. And also, here's another thing for you guys. I didn't just make the investment to the mastermind. I signed up to 2 more business strategy courses because I'm really serious about my business. This is not a hobby. This is my plan A and my only plan, and the only thing, the only thing that I'm going towards. I have no other space in any of my consciousness for any other outcome, and I don't care how long it takes. So what I want to do on this live, right, and I'm going to go back to sharing more value-based lives as from today, but I want you guys to get really, really clear on what the mastermind is, what the intention behind is, why it's that price point, who it's for, so you can really, really feel it in your body and decide if that's for you. So here's the thing that I want you to run through your consciousness. Like, am I someone that is all in on my business? Am I someone that is not treating this like a hobby? Am I someone that makes shit happen? Am I someone that likes to play all year, right? I'm not just going to do multidimensional business in November and then disappear for the rest of the year. Again, don't waste your money. Am I someone that wants to high-level network? Am I someone that wants to share other people's network? Am I someone that wants to really, really, truly catapult and be surrounded by leaders and potentially stop being the biggest one in the room, right? And even be the baby in the room. Imagine that. If that's you guys, okay, because this mastermind program is so dear to my heart because I've been so impacted by the mastermind that I'm in, and I will continue to be impacted. If this is you, I am. What I'm doing for the mastermind people that join in the next 4 hours, guys. So this really is a fast action bonus. But the thing is, if you're feeling it and you know, you move. For those of you guys that want to join the mastermind, I will do a month of Voxer with you. I check in with my private clients on Voxer on Tuesdays and Fridays. It's not that I'm going to send you an audio whilst I'm doing the gardening. No, I mean, I don't garden. That's a ridiculous example, but you know what I mean. I sit down on Tuesdays and Fridays and I go through questions that I've been asked by my one-to-ones, which will be you if you're in the mastermind for the first month. That sold separately is just 10K on its own, okay? And you'll also get a 2-hour business strategy session with me. My recommendation is for you guys to book that in if you join the mastermind after multidimensional business. Because in multidimensional business, you'll have got so much information. What we can do in those 2 hours is I'm going to be like, okay, let's talk about what you want your business to look like. What are your life requirements, right? We need to be taking into consideration our life requirements when we build our business. It sounds really common sense, but it's not thought about. There are different strategies for work to different people because different people have different lifestyle, requirements. Some people are mums, some people have 2 jobs, some people are only all into this and they want to do really, really fast because they want to have kids in 2 years. It really, really, really depends on where you are at in your life. But what we're going to do in that 2-hour session is we're really going to just sit down and organize you, okay? The Mastermind is 40k pay in full. It's 3,500 per month if you want to do a payment plan. If 40k feels like such a stress, such a stretch that it would be a stress, just put it on a payment plan. I love a payment plan. Payment plans are brilliant. It means that you can get access to something that maybe you wouldn't be able to have access to with the pay in full because it's too terrifying. So I know payment plans get a little bit of, people get a little bit of stigma around payment plans in the industry. There's so many strange trends in the industry, but I love a payment plan, and I use payment plans for myself to pay for things and for other people. Sometimes I pay in full, some people I don't. There's no story around it. All is brilliant, right? So if this is you, if you want to be in the mastermind, right? If you want to be in the mastermind, if you are a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are someone that is like you're just into your business, you want your business to catapult this year, you want to be surrounded by leaders, you want to stretch yourself, you want to do high level networking, you want to actually spruce up the infrastructure of your business, you want to go from maybe like a launch here and launch there and hoping to get clients to actually having a business that is scalable to multi-millions, then let's talk, okay? 4 hours. The application form is in my stories, and if you're like, that sounds really great, Han, not there yet, beautiful for recognizing that. I love the fact that you recognize that. Multidimensional business is at 3,666 until my OBM wakes up, which is in like 3 hours. So if you want to get multidimensional business for 3,666, now again is the time. It will be 3,999 by this evening, and I think Friday it will be up to 4,444. So that is also an option. You will have lifelong replays, whatever you call it, for multidimensional business, and that is like at any level that you are. Like, I trust me, you're gonna think of me at some stage in your life. You're gonna do multidimensional business, and then you're gonna come across a problem or an array of things in like 6 months, or you're gonna want to do a new strategy, right? And you're gonna go back to multidimensional business. Because I'm pulling back the curtain to my whole business, and I'm giving you all of the strategies I use. What I love about multidimensional business is there is a trillion ways to make money, okay? People don't want to tell you this in business. The way that I sell and make money every single month changes. It depends on what I feel like doing. Energetically, right? What I feel like doing. And so what me and my team do, we're like, okay, what is the way that we want to sell this month? Should we use this strategy, or should we use that strategy, or should we do this, or should we focus on that? People don't know that you can do that in business, and you can, and there's so much freedom in that. So multidimensional business is something that you're going to be able to come back to again and again and again and again. You might be like, oh, I want to sell this 20k worth of services. I want to sell 40k worth of services. I want to sell 100k worth of services, okay? But I don't want to do a live event, or I don't want to do a webinar. How else can I do it? Oh, I'll go back to multidimensional business, and I'll like pick out my tool. This is like, I wish someone had given it to me this easy. It is the best business course I've ever put out there. So make sure that you're on that if the mastermind feels too big of a stretch. That's it, darlings. That's all I've got to share today. I'm gonna go to Passion. I'm very excited because in Passion they've got hash browns and little eggs on them, and that just delights me. I always talk about like, okay, final thing that I wanna say. Okay, I always talk about money, okay, and gratitude, if you've come to anything that I've ever done before. We impress our financial desires over the formless substance, right, by rehearsing that which we desire. Now, we are a match for creation of that which we desire when we feel gratitude, right? This is why I always say you have to feel grateful for your life now to attract more. You can't, feel constantly pissed at your life and be a match for more. No, you've got to be grateful for what you've got now and still working in to expand more, right? Even after like all of the levels of wealth that I've got up, let me tell you something. The things that I am grateful for are the things that I was grateful for 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago, right? Eggs, hash browns. I feel so much gratitude for hash browns. I just feel like hash browns are the best fucking food in the world. They just delight naturally. Potatoes. I generally feel gratitude for potatoes. I feel gratitude for my duvet. I feel gratitude for my cup of coffee in the morning. I feel gratitude for the fact that my hairdresser did my hair. I feel gratitude for my beautiful pink sports clothes. I feel gratitude for my health, for my body. I feel gratitude for my eyesight. I feel gratitude for birdsong. I feel gratitude for the fact that I really feel that my pool is the best colour blue that I've ever seen in my life. Every time I see it, I'm just absolutely overjoyed. So here is your reminder that it is the small, tiny things that maybe you've normalised, the things that are going to help us find that feeling of gratitude and therefore be a magnet to more goodness in our life. This is kind of the beginning of the day. So your reminder to step back into gratitude, to step back into faith, to remember that you're powerful, that you can do big things, right? And big results come from big, courageous moves. And you are courageous. You don't need to be fearless to be courageous. You just need to have the fear and do it anyway. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. And every day for the rest of the year, because this is what we're doing now.